Okay, so today I got the Naruto arc tier list. I don't have any of the filler. This is not even my list, first of all. Not my list. Don't have these filler arcs in there because I feel like if I were to make the list myself, I wouldn't even want to put the filler arcs in there because it would just be on that. Half of them would be in DNF, realistically, So I feel like that was just a waste of time. Get straight to the point and just have the main canon arcs for the most part. I'm pretty sure this is everything from what I've seen. And yeah, let's really hop into it. Quick little tier list right now. So I'm gonna start off Land of Waves. For me, I thought Land of Waves was A tier. I think it was a very good introductory arc to the story. It might be S. No, it's not S. It's definitely A tier. Very good introductory arc. Showed that Naruto and Sasuke can work together, even though they really don't like each other like that. Sabuza and Haku, great villains. I didn't like Gato. Gato was kind of fucked up. I didn't like him at all. He was kind of a loser. But other than that, great arc. Great arc. I might have to add an A+ tier, actually. I would definitely put Land of Waves in an A+, for sure. It's like right on the cusp of S, but it's not there for me yet. Next, we got the Chunin exams. And other than Sakura versus Ino and 10-10 versus Tamari, Chunin exams S tier. Chunin exams, oh my gosh. Chunin exams was such a good arc. It was like constant action. Keep in mind, you get one of the best fights in the whole series, Gar versus Rock Lee. I was absolutely blown away as a 9-year-old or however old I was watching that. So good. So good. Gar had me scared, honestly. I think he gave me a nightmare a couple times because he was an absolute threat. And you also have to keep in mind, this also entails the part where they're in the forest doing all that stuff, and that was really good too. The forest Chunin exams section, very, very good. So Chunin exams definitely S tier. You see, when Orochimaru pulled up on the Leaf Village, honestly, that shit was kind of cold. And the fact that he resurrected the first and the second, third Hokage was holding his own on 3v1. Very unfair battle, by the way. I know he had his summon, but still, Orochimaru completely outmatching him in terms of numbers. And third Hokage was really putting up a battle. Almost won with the Reaper Death Seal. Watching that as a kid and just getting to appreciate it now, I would have to put that in A as well. I really liked Konoha Crush. A+, my bad. A+. Really liked Konoha Crush. It was damn near S tier. I don't know. Chunin exams, I just liked a little bit more. I think Chunin exams is fucking perfect for the most part. And then Konoha Crush is just a really, really good arc. Just really, really good. Not perfect, but really, really good. Next, Search for Tsunade, I actually really liked. If I were to put it anywhere, it would probably be A or B range. Probably A. I really liked it. I like the introduction of Kabuto, being a villainous person. I liked the Naruto versus Gaara thing. I'm pretty sure that was in the same arc. I personally liked Search for Tsunade. And maybe that's just because when I was watching it as a kid, I was always entertained. But I just know that this specific part of the show, I was really entertained. And I really, really liked it. For sure. Sasuke Recovery Mission, which is when they fought Kimimaru and them. Has to be S. Has to be. The Sound 4. Neji versus Kidomaru. And Lee versus Kimimaru. Choji versus Jirobo, I think his name was. And then the Sound Flute Lady and Sakon. I think they were great villains. I think they were really, really good villains at that time in the show. They were actual threats for all of them. And I thought every single fight with each of them was really good for the most part. And then obviously Naruto versus Sasuke. I'm pretty sure that happened in the same arc. Top tier. Top tier. S tier for sure. No doubt. Next we have, see, now it's probably going to get out of order a little bit. I tried putting it in order, but I kind of gave up because I didn't even know what was going on. Kage Rescue Mission. If this is when they fought Sasori, I would put that in A. Very good arc. Sakura and Chiyo versus Sasori was such a good fight. One of my favorite fights in the whole show. There's something about Sasori. Maybe it was just the red hair and the puppets and everything. But his character design, great. And he was actually for me at the time, no characters scared me. But Sasori was scary to me because he was half human, half puppet type shit. Scary character, great character. I loved him. Really, really good. And I would have to put Kazekage Rescue Mission in A. I don't think it's A+, or S with these. I feel like there's just a lot of downtime with it, but I think the overall like premise of the arc, what they end up accomplishing, and everything that goes on with that, A tier, great. Tenchi Bridge, thought it was good. Didn't think it was top tier. I think this B tier. There's a lot of idle time, a lot of time wasted with Tenchi Bridge. When the shit got good, it did get good, really, really good, but there was so much idle time and so many like episodes wasted on just like dialogue and shit. It was just very, very long to me. So that's where I would put that. Akatsuki suppression mission. I'm gonna have to assume this is, since I see Kakuzu in there, Kakuzu and Hidan, and both of those fights were top tier. Both of them have to be A plus. Kakuzu versus Naruto and Kakashi and whoever else, that was great. And then Hidan versus Shikamaru and them, one of the best fights in the whole show. It was like, and those were two of the Akatsuki members that like you never really got to, like you saw Itachi, Kasame from like part 1, like you've seen them, you know them. Who else do we got? Sasori obviously got blown up, and then you got shown a little bit of Dataro with him like capturing Gaara and fighting with Gaara. Obviously you're not shown Zetsu or Pain. Showed Konan a little bit. Don't remember if you showed Obito, but like I feel like Hidan and Kakuzu were like those two Akatsuki members that like you were kind of very interested in, but like you never were shown like that. And then in this arc you were really like shown their powers, shown how they fight. It was great. I really liked it. I really, really liked it for sure. Itachi Pursuit, which was like Sasuke, Datara, and shit like that. B tier. Not bad. Sasuke versus Datara was a great fight. Top tier fight. I don't remember exactly what else happened in that arc. I think for the most part that was a lot of it. But it was nothing crazy. Nothing crazy. Kakashi Gaiden. I don't remember. I'm assuming this is his flashback. And if it is, I'll put that in B tier as well. Good flashback. Good little backstory on what we got. I think Itachi versus Sasuke is one of my favorite moments in the whole show. I would put that in S. I would definitely put that. Is just something that like from the beginning of the show, even I know Itachi kind of had a handicap, he was sick and shit, whatever, but from the beginning of the show, that is something you wanted to see. I've been wanting to see that. Itachi and Sasuke are some of my favorite characters in the show, especially Itachi. And that is just something I wanted to see, and it was something that I was very satisfied with, other than the fact that Itachi really wasn't able to fight full power, but the whole fight was great, animation was great, soundtrack was, everything about it was so good. So good. One of the best arcs in the show for me personally. Tale of Jiraiya, which was like his flashbacks to when he fought Pain. I would say A tier. A tier for sure. His fight with Pain was, I was never really an avid Jiraiya fan like that. I definitely appreciate him now, and I think he's a good character, but he's not like one of my favorite characters in the show. I wouldn't put him in my top 10, personally, myself, you know? So, like, the fact that he died was very sad for me, but it wasn't like, I was more upset when Neji died, because as a kid, Neji was, like, my favorite character, like, my number one favorite character. I had so much trouble finding a Neji action figure as a kid, and when I found that shit, I was gone. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was an avid Neji fan, and Neji is still in my top 5 characters. Love him. Great character. I was like dead ass about to cry when Neji died. That shit fucking pissed me off because it was so unnecessary. But yeah, so Tale of Jiraiya, A tier. Pain Assault, S tier. I mean, you can't really, like, that was like that Naruto pulled up and he got to business. It was like, it was really as simple as that. It was great. And then you see Kakashi get absolutely blasted and you think he dies, and it is just total mass destruction by Pain. And the fact that Naruto turns that shit around, goes crazy, and then seeing Hinata get like fucked up, and then Naruto, oh gosh, so much emotion, so much story, so much like closure. It was great. And action, S tier. Probably the best arc in the whole show for the most part, like damn near. 5 Kage Summit. I'm an avid 5 Kage Summit lover. I'm not gonna lie. I would put this shit in S tier too. I think the fact that Sasuke pulled up on the boys, fought all of them in the one of the coldest ways fucking possible. Like, it was so good. It was so good, the fact that he was like, especially just aiming towards Danzo, because you know he was gonna go after Danzo. And I don't know if him killing Danzo was in the same arc. I'm assuming it was, since, like, I don't know, like somewhere in the same realm. But it was so cold the fact that he decided to take on 5 Kage, and he was like not winning, but he wasn't losing. You know what I'm saying? Like, if he had proper control over his eyes at the time, like EMS, if he had like that, for example, if he pulled up to the 5 Kage summit when he's in the war, he was winning. He was taking down Gaara. He could have definitely done some damage to the right Kage, right? He already beat Danzo. Who else was there? The Mizu Kage, I mean. And then I think best chance is the fucking Tsuchikage. He has some like jutsu that's like the particles hit. No, and like that's like an OG lava jutsu. I don't give a fuck. You know, Mizukage is getting washed. Probably the weakest one there, to be honest with you. But no, that was absolutely ridiculous. I'm not gonna lie. The war countdown, was this after the war or before the war? Well, he's hugging Kushina. I'm just gonna put this in. I'm gonna put this in B. I don't remember that. Confrontation, I do remember this. This was a good little thing. I think this was the beginning when they were fighting like Kinkaku, Ginkaku, all of them. And they were fighting like all of those reanimated enemies. That might actually be A+. I think that's what this is. I'm pretty sure that is. So that's what I'm going to take it as, because I see KCM1 Naruto and B and shit. Really good. When they were fighting all the reanimated enemies and everyone was like in their own little separate battles, I thought that was great. I thought that was really, really good. And I was enjoying like every second in every different battle that they were just transferring from scene to scene with everyone's different battles and shit that was going. I loved it so much. The climax of the war, I thought that was also A+. S. I mean, shit was going nuts. It was. Obito versus Kakashi. Get some of the best fights. Obito versus Kakashi. Guy versus Madara was also there too. No, it wasn't, because there's the birth of the 10 Tails Jinchuriki. So I don't think Guy versus Madara was in there. But you get Kakashi versus Obito here. You get are there any other main fights? I know I'm like probably forgetting shit. I'll put it A+. Itachi Shinden, Book Light and Darkness, don't remember, so I'm putting in C. I don't remember these, I'm not gonna lie. I assume these were like flashback things, so I'm just gonna put them in C. Kaguya, wait, no, I'll get Birth of the 10 Tails, S. Reason why I'm saying it's S, you really get to see like Sasuke and Naruto's just absolutely broken power boost. You get to see Madara transform into a god to where the author doesn't even know how to stop him, without obviously bringing in an Otsutsuki. But I thought it was great. I personally enjoyed it a lot. And I was entertained the whole time. And that's kind of what's important to me. The story and the action with Naruto. Like, obviously, different shows are going to give you different things. Like, if you're watching a slice of life, then you're looking for something else. But I was entertained the whole time. And getting hyped and shit. Like, it was great. Really, really good. Because, like, this was some shit that, like, you would talk about when you were younger. And it would be like, oh, Sage of Six Paths, Naruto getting the Rinnegan. Like, obviously Naruto didn't get the Rinnegan, but you know, like, those were like those stupid power-ups that you would talk about as a kid, and like Sasuke Rinnegan, Sharingan type shit, and like it didn't even seem feasible at least when I was a kid. It would seem like a myth. Like, why would Sasuke get the Rinnegan? The Rinnegan is the most broken eye jutsu of all time, whatever. Like, it didn't even seem possible, and seeing like all of that come to light, and then Naruto getting like all of the tailed beast element shits, and like being able to use a magma Rasengan. Like, a fire Rasengan was like a joke back then, you know what I'm saying? So it was just like seeing shit, like, it was great. It was so good. Kaguya gets a lot of hate. I personally think the way that it was executed was not the worst, right? Because it's like, you take Black Zetsu, who has been in the show since day one. Like, he's been there. It's not like he just pulled up out of nowhere. Like, he's been there, and then up until the point of Kaguya appearing, it's like he kind of did disappear. Like, he wasn't really fully explained like that. And the fact that he fucked over Madara, rebirthed Kaguya, part of the plan, it made sense. it made sense. I don't remember what the fuck her like mission was, but the fact that it happened and the fact that she like was able to reappear and shit, it made sense. Like I feel like people like it definitely was a cop out for sure, no doubt. Like Madarose absolutely busted, but it wasn't like it came out of fucking left field. It was definitely like unexpected, but it wasn't like, oh my gosh, like this character was never talked about in the show. This character, like, you know what I'm saying? So for that, I think Kaguya was like, I thought it was a good fight. I think there were some goofy moments. I would put A. I would say A tier. No, I would say like B. I would say B tier. I think it gets a little too much hate. Would I have liked it to end with Madara? Yes, I would have. But I do understand the Kaguya thing, and I'm not opposed to it. Like that's just how it is. That's just how the story is. And then with that happening, it also opened the realm to Boruto as well. I feel like with the Otsuki clan and all that shit, and now they're fighting aliens. You know, so I mean, Boruto canon's good in my opinion. So I mean, I think that the introduction of Kaguya kind of helped expedite that and help that out a little bit. So with that being said, Konoha, Hidden, The Perfect Day for a Wedding, A+. A+. Why is it A+? Seeing Naruto and Hinata grown, come together for the first time, actually like get married. I know there's the last movie. Never watched that, by the way. I do need to watch that. But like seeing them get married, seeing everyone's messages, and like the outro for the show, like the outro song, every time I heard it during this little arc, it made me cry. I was like, damn, this show is like really over. And it was so sad. But it was like a happy sad. And then seeing everyone like grown up, sending Naruto the message and Hinata the messages and shit, it was great. It was really good. It was really good. It was very fulfilling. And it was like a good ending to the show. It was like it completed the show. It was very good and very nice. And I personally really appreciated it. I would have to put in an A+ because it was great. Like obviously it wasn't like action and shit and all that. It was like a slice of, but it was I enjoyed it. But no, so that is the Naruto story arc tier list. I personally didn't think there were any Naruto canon arcs that were like under B tier. Like obviously other than these books and Shinen and whatever the fuck, I don't remember those, but I don't think there were any story arcs that were bad. Like the filler is kind of what made the show not bad, but like annoying at a lot of points, you know. But like all of the canon arcs, there was like not one bad one. All the canon was good in Naruto, in my opinion. But if I were to put these in order, I would put Kaguya up front, and probably this up front too. Itachi Pursuit right there. Leave that how it is. A tier. I like Search for Tsunade. I would probably put this in front though. That's just me. A+, I would probably put Land of Waves, blah blah blah. This right here. I would probably leave it as it is. S tier. I really like this. I do like this as well. No, boom. Boom, boom, boom. I would probably I think my favorite arc is probably Itachi versus Sasuke. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not. I like looking at it now, it's just like, that was peak. That was peak shit. Pain and Salt is like right there. It's like neck and neck damn near. So I would say they're tied. Even Chunin Exam is like a 3-way tie type of thing. But like if I were to give the edge a little bit, I would just give it to the battle between brothers. And I know that's like a lot to say considering it was like 10 episodes, but it's like maybe not even 10 episodes. I don't even know. But it was just like, that was some shit, man. I personally really enjoyed it a lot because it was two of my favorite characters going at it. You know, and it was something I and a lot of people have wanted to see for a long time. Pain, Naruto versus Pain, obviously a lot of people wanted to see that for a long time. And there's a lot more weight and a lot more substance with that arc, but it's just like Itachi versus Sasuke was fucking perfect for me. I don't know. But that's it. That's the Naruto story arc tier list. I thought this would be a fun little tier list to do really quick because I don't really do arcs. I usually do like openings and shit. So I just wanted to hop on this really quick and see what was going on. But yeah, So that's really it. On to the next one.